The Christmas games exposed the NBA, and here's why. Yo, this is Real Talk E. Welcome to the locker room where we talk nothing but basketball. First and foremost, I knew that Christmas games were going to expose the NBA, or they were going to embarrass the NBA some type of way, shape, or form. Why? Because the NBA, so far this year, and I feel like in many years in the past, it's been a lot of when a team is down, that's it. It's over. They're not going to really fight back. And the times when they do fight back, they need to be on point 24/7 or it's over. Like, they need to be the type of team that practices, the type of team that stays together, that hangs out together, the type of team that does everything together, and the type of team that meshes on the court. They need to be perfect on and off the court in order for them to be the type of team to even pull off comebacks or not even be in that position. But yesterday, I seen the NBA games and I realized that that's not the case. All of these teams were down. In every game, there was a team that was down and fought back and almost won the game. Now, the thing is, none of the teams who had the lead actually blew the lead. Thank God, because, oh my God, bro, yesterday was amazing. I love it. That was the best Christmas ever, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if you're a basketball fan, yesterday was the best Christmas in a long time. Let's start off with the Knicks and Spurs game. Honestly, I thought this game was gonna be ass. I thought the Knicks were gonna come here and they're gonna like just shit on the Spurs. I thought it was over, but that wasn't the case. The Knicks came through. The Spurs came through. Victor Wembanyama, 24 points in the first half. Insane. I think he had a double-double in the first half. He hit like 2 or 3 threes in the first half. He was going crazy. Ended the game with like 44 points. Mikal Bridges, I can't stress this enough, bro. Yesterday, bro, I'm not going to lie, man. I love Mikal Bridges. No funny shit. Like, Mikal Bridges yesterday, fourth quarter, put the team on his back and took them to the win. The entire game, he was very efficient. I think it was in the third quarter. The midpoint of the third quarter, I think it was. And Mikal Bridges was already 9 for 11. 9 for 11. That's insane. Like, this is a player that was, everybody was saying he was supposed to be just a role player. He was not going to be like this great. Like, he's defying the odds by all means. And he's not giving up. And every year he gets better. In the beginning of the year, everybody was saying, oh, he's averaging 17 points. It's a slow start, da-da-da. The last 2 games, Mikal Bridges has been dominant. And Karl-Anthony Towns took over in the third quarter. He got the Knicks a huge benefit, honestly. I mean, he got the Knicks a nice cushion to sit on that the Spurs ended up fighting back and almost erased. But Mikal Bridges came through, saved the day. Then the entire Knicks team came through, saved the day. The offensive rebounds at the end of the game, oh my God, that was amazing. It was like 17 seconds left. It was an offensive rebound. Then Anunoby had missed a shot. Another offensive rebound, threw it to Brunson, and then it was over. Brunson had got injured at a certain point, kept playing. I mean, it was just amazing to see. The game that I thought was going to be bad was the best start we could have had to this day. And I'm from New York, so anytime the Knicks win, it's amazing for the city. I don't care if it's a Christmas game, a regular season game, or a playoff game. I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm not a Knicks hater, though. But I am from New York. Then, second game of the night, the Timberwolves Mavericks. Now, this game, I also thought was going to be trash. I thought the Mavericks were going to come here and just dominate and like destroy the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves have not been good, and I see what the Knicks did to them the other day, and I thought, okay, like the Timberwolves are way better than the Knicks offensively in terms of like they have Luka, they have Kyrie, they have Clay, and they have some defense. And I thought, okay, they're gonna destroy them. And there's some history between these two teams, and that's not what happened. The Mavericks came through. And the Timberwolves were up by a shit ton of points. Luka goes down. It sounded like everybody left the arena. It was quiet in there. It was like nobody there. All you heard was the announcers, the ball dribbling, and the players. That's it. It was silence. Maybe a couple of crickets, but it was over. And then the third quarter came. And Kyrie Irving took over. I wish this would have been the game that we would have had like a 50, 60 point performance from Kyrie Irving on the Mavericks, especially this year. I wish this was the one. But nevertheless, he did amazing. He got his teammates involved. He got himself involved. He showed up when it mattered the most. He was there. He performed at a very high level. The Mavericks turned up their defense. Offensively, they all came together and clicked, even though Luka was not there anymore. And the fourth quarter, Kyrie, clutch bucket after clutch bucket after clutch bucket. The rest of the Mavericks team, timely buckets that were needed. And then Anthony Edwards at the end of the game just destroyed everything. He killed all the emotions with one play on PJ Washington. And that was the dagger. And a couple of missed shots from the Mavericks, and it was done. They still had a chance, but they couldn't make the last two shots at the end of the game. I think Klay had missed one, Kyrie had missed one, and it was over. And I'm not going to lie to you, I thought Kyrie was going to hit it because y'all know Kyrie's the clutchest player in the league. But that did not what happened. Now let's talk about the Celtics 76ers. I didn't know what to expect out of this game. I didn't think anybody was going to smoke anybody. I just thought this game was going to be whack, ass, and boring and lame. But that's not what happened. The game was amazing. From beginning to end. Even when the Sixers took a huge lead over the Celtics, it was still amazing. The Celtics fought back. And I hate this thing that Celtics do. They come like fight back in spurts. They go on their runs and then they start giving up points. They start doing dumb stuff, and not really that what they do is stupid, but it just looks stupid when it's not working their way. Like there's some times when the Celtics are shooting threes and I'm like, why are you shooting that? But if they was to make it, nobody's gonna say nothing. Like I wouldn't even say nothing. I'll probably be like, that I ain't gonna lie, it's a great shot. Probably not the smartest move, but that was a great shot. Embiid tried. Paul George tried. Tyrese Maxey carried. Tyrese Maxey was the story of this game. Every time Paul George and Embiid came back, and these were the minutes that the Sixers were supposed to compete against the Celtics or dominate against the Celtics, it felt like that's the times when the Celtics went on their runs. And then when the Celtics were doing bad, it was the times when Paul George and Embiid was sitting down. Like in the fourth quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, it was tied 82-82. And Tyrese Maxey just went insane. He looked unstoppable. And he had 18 points, I think it was, in the first half. Ended the game with like 31. A couple of assists, an amazing game. Caleb Martin, what an amazing night. I think it was a career high in points for him. 7 threes. 7 threes. This is exactly what I imagined the Sixers to look like when they signed all those contracts in the offseason. When they made all those moves in the offseason. This is exactly how everybody imagined the Sixers to look like. And if they were playing like this on a nightly basis, they would not be sitting on the record that they have right now. They would be way better at a higher seed. But that's not what happened. All year long, players are in and out the rotation. Injuries and a whole bunch of nonsense. Celtics, amazing. This just shows me if the Celtics really want to lock in, they're the best team in the league. I need them to stop playing with their food and start respecting their opponents and playing hard and matching up with their opponents exactly how their coach would love them to, how they probably would love to, and how their fans, including myself, would love them to. Then the Lakers-Warriors. Best game of the night. The Lakers-Warriors couldn't be any better than what happened, unless it went to overtime. That would have been the only way this game could have got better. From beginning to end, this game was pretty close. Stayed in single digits, even though the Lakers would build on leads. It stayed in single digits. AD went down in the first quarter. Draymond Green, he was trying his hardest to give this one to the Lakers. He had 3 fouls, I think it was, in the first half. A technical. I mean, he was on his way out the game. But that's not how it went. It turned out to be amazing, honestly. I love this game. It was the best game of the night. This game made Christmas. It made Christmas Day. I'm not going to lie to you. This game was amazing. I mean, it was very humbling to even watch. It was a moment of gratitude, a moment where I realized I don't know how much longer we get to see LeBron, Steph, Kevin Durant, and all these great players that we all grew up watching play. And not only play, but play at a high level, a very high level, like what we seen displayed yesterday. After Anthony Davis went out, LeBron James went crazy the first half. I believe he had like 19 or 21 points. He went crazy. And even though he went crazy, he allowed Austin Reeves to do more. He allowed Austin Reeves to be himself and do a little more than what himself usually does. Austin Reeves was the story of this game. He was the hero of this game for the Lakers. He had I think it was a 30-point triple-double, the game winner. I mean, the amount of patience and composure you got to hold yourself to, especially on a night like this where you know everybody's watching, all eyes on you. You had the lead this whole time and you're performing at this high level. AD's not there. A very important piece of your team is not there, and you come out and this is what you do. Amazing. AR-15 yesterday lived up to his name. Steph Curry and the Warriors, also great. They played their hardest, and it's another thing I want to say about the Warriors. Same thing I say about the Celtics. They play amazing in spurts. If they can figure out their team, and they can figure out how to make those moments that are spurts of them playing nice be an entire quarter or the entire 48 minutes, the Warriors are still a threat. They need to figure that out. They need to figure out a way to get everybody included. Steph Curry cannot have 2 points any given night from here on out, and people will respect the Warriors again. Steph Curry, amazing. This is the clutchest I've ever seen Steph Curry. And Steph Curry is usually never clutch. And I know that sounds crazy, but game on the line, Steph Curry usually does not hit those shots. There's been a couple of times where he did hit them, but most of the time, I don't see him hit those shots. Yesterday, amazing, bro. 2 clutch shots at the end. Gave them the best chance he could have gave them. And then even after Austin Reeves made that bucket, he had another chance. Unfortunately, he missed it. But it was a great game. Suns, Nuggets, great. I thought this game was going to be bad. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. Because the Suns went up against the Nuggets the other day and got slapped, smoked, and swept off the court. They lost by 27 points. And the Nuggets were coming off a back-to-back where they just played an overtime game to the Pelicans. And I came to that game and I said, how is the Nuggets going to beat the Suns with Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal? They smoked them, shitted on them. And yesterday, I thought it was going to be the same thing. I watched this game and I said, if we are down by 20 points, 17 points in the second quarter, I am clicking off. That's not what happened. This was the most pride I've seen come out of the Phoenix Suns. This is the best game I've seen out of the Phoenix Suns this entire year. From defense to offense, scoring, team chemistry. Everything was there. And it makes me question, where is this on a nightly basis? Not just for the Suns, but for every team that played yesterday. Because yesterday was amazing, and everybody keeps talking about the ratings for the NBA are down. Well, they would be so much higher if teams played like this on a nightly basis. Like, they would be way better. But this doesn't happen. Bradley Beal took over the fourth quarter. Kevin Durant finished the fourth quarter. Kevin Durant started the first quarter in the game. Amazing. Bradley Beal, amazing. Couple of shots I feel like could have still went in, but amazing. I think they both put up 27. That's like, 54 points combined between the both of them. Amazing. Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic tried their hardest, and for some reason, the Nuggets just couldn't do it this time. I don't know what it was. They couldn't do it this time. I mean, the Suns went up by like 12 points at the end of the fourth quarter. Suns felt like, I think, were up the whole game. It felt like they were leading from the beginning of the game to end of the game. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was tied once or twice, but it still felt like a Suns game, not a Nuggets game. Jokic, first quarter was hot. I thought Suns were done. I thought it was over. But that's not the case. Amazing day. Amazing games, one after another, after another, after another, after another. 5 games slate and not a single one disappointed. Not a single one. But anyways, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is Real Talk with E. And well, thank you so much for coming to our locker room. Safety.